Hi guys, welcome along. I'm Tony James and this is a deep dive roundup video on my training for the Boston Marathon 2023. First of all, if you are new here, can you consider hitting the subscribe button below, turn on the bell notification so you find out every time I upload new running videos, and if you could give this video a thumbs up, give us a like, that will help this video and this channel grow immensely. So if you could do that now for me, that would be great. So I've not updated you on my marathon training since December because Christmas got in the way, change of work routine, and a whole host of family problems came along, and it meant that the videos were the ones that suffered. We carried on running, and if you follow the link to my Strava in the description below, or just do a search for Tony James and click follow, you can see all the running I've been doing. So I've been doing quite a lot, I've just not videoed it. So before we dive into what's been occurring over these last 6-7 weeks or so, I'll just get this run finished around the lanes and round by the windmill, and I'll come back to you when I'm in the studio and we'll have a quick look at how the training's been going. I think there's about 10-11 weeks to go, so it's time to up the game. Right, I will see you in a mo. So right then, let's get you caught up with how the Boston Marathon training has been going on. At the time of recording this video, we are 10 weeks away from the start line, and it's getting very exciting. Looking forward to it. The flights are booked, the hotel is booked. We're good to go in that respect, but how is the training coming on? Now, it's been a while since I did the last video. It was way back in December. So as I said early on in this video, everything just gets in the way. We have the holiday period, family commitments, all that. But the other thing that happened here in the UK, especially in Blackpool, was we had a cold snap. So it was about a week and a half. It was really cold. I mean, we're talking like -7s overnight, -8s, things like that. And it was just so icy. And as you recall, I broke my shoulder a couple of years ago. So as soon as there's any ice on the floor, that's it. I'm not running. I am not risking slipping, sliding, falling over, or doing any more damage to my shoulder or any other part of my body. So as soon as it's icy, the running stops. So December was a short mileage month. I did about 84 miles in total. I managed to get out running 3 times a week on average, but a lot of it was actually in the gym because of that cold snap. Go down the gym, hit the treadmill, do interval sessions on the treadmill, running about 5 miles every time I went on the treadmill. And I don't mind the treadmill. I think it's got a place in the running schedule if you're doing rehabilitation work, or if it is just too cold to be outside, then get on the treadmill and get your runs done. It's fantastic. So as I say, for December, and it was generally slower running. Did manage to get a couple of park runs in, and my park run time for the 5k was about 20 minutes 45, 20 minutes 50 seconds, which is what it's been for about the last 6 months, to be honest. Now, I did hit 2018 in the build up to the Manchester Marathon back in April, and that's when I managed to get my Boston qualifying time. So I use park run times as a guide to my fitness. So I think we can say December was a yeah, but we did all right. We were out, we were running, we were doing the work. So we moved into January, a lot better month. The weather came good. 139 miles in total for the month, getting out 4 to 5 times a week. And the runs that I've been doing during January have been the full gambit of runs. Been out getting the long run mileage up at a slower, easier pace. I wouldn't say a slow pace, but a slower, easy pace. Then we've managed to get in some tempo runs, done some interval work, and also been up and down quite a few hills, doing those hill repeats. And the one thing I have been doing is when I've been out running, I've always been running routes that, should we say, it's a rolling route. They're similar to Boston, got plenty of ups and downs as you're running around. Nothing major, nothing majorly steep, but we're out there, and every time I go out and do a run, I'm looking to do at least 200 feet of elevation, just going up and down over the humps, etc. So that's what I've been focusing on in January. And another reason my mileage might be a little bit lower than I expected for January is I took about 4 days off to go to the National Running Show. If you haven't seen the video from the National Running Show, if you click above here somewhere, you can go and watch that video and see what I was up to whilst we were in Birmingham. If you get the chance next year, go. You will enjoy it, trust me. So yeah, those runs in January, slow runs, about 9-minute pace. Got some tempo runs in, which were at marathon goal pace of around about 7 minutes 40 seconds. Got some faster pace work in, and in the last week of January, park run, I managed to get a 20 minutes 23 seconds. So very pleased with that, and that is suggesting to me that my fitness is coming good, because I've dropped what 30-40 seconds from what I was doing in December and late last year. So getting out and getting these long runs done, getting this tempo work done, getting these interval sessions done is all starting to come good, and it shows in that 5k park run time. Managed to get it down to 20:23. Very pleased with that. So to bring us up to date, the last week, again, been out, I think it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in the week. Got park run done, got a long run done. Did 2 sessions of 8 miles. One of those was at full marathon pace for the full 8 miles, which actually felt fantastic. Got about 170 feet of elevation into that run as well. Just a local run around the area where I live. If you want to see all this information, by the way, it is on Strava, strava.com/athletes/Tony James. Go and click follow. You can see all the data. It's all there, all in the raw for you to have a look at. Click follow and I'll follow you back as well. So running 8 miles at marathon pace felt great. Then I did another 8 miles where I was just throwing in the odd 1 minute interval session, shall we say, just running hard for 1 minute, then slowing down, giving a bit of recovery, then doing it again, doing that, which was great. And the park run, how did I do on park run? Well, this last Saturday, it was a lot windier than it was the week before, but I still managed to do park run in 20 minutes, 27 seconds. So only 3-4 seconds slower than the previous week. And that was running into the headwind on the outward leg as well. So yeah, it all looks like the fitness is coming good with 10 weeks to go. The long run I did was 18 miles. Again, it felt good doing those 18 miles, because what I've also started to do this week was bring the fueling into the long run. Now, previously when I did 16 miles, I just had the odd gel. But once we get to the 18 and 20 miles and 20 mile plus, it's full race day fueling, shall we say. So I'm back to taking a gel every 3 miles, and doing that 18 miles felt great. Even afterwards, there was no aches, no pains. So 18 miles, I think it came in, I was aiming for a 9-minute pace, and I think it came in at somewhere 8:57. So the pacing was spot on, and it just felt good. So to sum up, not many videos been done, but we have been out there, we have been doing the work, and it's all looking good. 10 weeks to go. Just need to build up that final push to get the final fitness together, so we can hit that race on April the 17th, raring to go. So fingers crossed, no injuries, no niggles, just work hard at what we're doing, take the appropriate rest that the body is calling for, and then hopefully we should be hitting that line pretty good to go. Right, so just a couple of other things. Got a race coming up in 2 weeks time, which is a half marathon, which is a training race just to see how the fitness is at half marathon distance. Join me for the video in that. I did a 10k race back in January. There is a video about that as well, so if you want to go and have a look and see how I did, you should be able to click the link up here. And then coming up in March, I've got a 20-mile race, so we can simulate almost marathon conditions, just to see how that fitness level is holding out. And if you want to see how I did in the Garstein 10k, click this video now.